All right, welcome to True Tempo. It's almost 2026, but there is the time for one last tempo video from me. And I've been playing Dimir for some time, but I'm curious to test this new version of Izzet, which is which is different because of Stormchaser's talent and Boomerang Basics. So these two cards are individually quite mediocre, but together they make a decent above average combo. So let's read the card. For 1 blue, you get a 1/1 prowess token without any flying or any other nice things. Just a 1/1 prowess, which is decent, but it's not awesome. Like we're not playing similar cards in Legacy, like just prowess creatures for 1 mana. They're not really playable, although sometimes I uh, I hope I do build and discard decks that play prowess, but together with Boomerang Basics, you get the combo of bouncing the enchantment, so you can play it again. You draw a card from the boomerang, and you get another token. So that's just a neat little, and every interaction, like playing the boomerang and playing the enchantment again, that will boost your first token. So it can be pretty aggressive, and that aligns pretty well with Cori-Steel Cutter, which wants you to play numerous spells every turn, and is also giving you tokens with prowess. So this is basically a prowess deck in Legacy, and I've built it to go all in on that. So I'm playing no Murktides. I'm playing Channelers because that's always good. You can't really say no to that. Maybe it would be better playing another prowess creature, but I doubt it. Playing 6 Baubles to go with the 4 Cutters, a Preordain, only 18 lands. And then what I find the most interesting about this Stormchaser talent card and this deck list is if I can get the level 2 and 3 to work. And that's why I have Carpet of Flowers in the sideboard. So basically, this is just an aggressive Izzet deck, which can definitely win pretty fast against combo, etc. Um, and can grind a bit, but but to have something out of the ordinary, especially in the mirrors, but also against control, I think we need to use this second and third ability. So you need a lot of mana for that, and luckily Carpet of Flowers will often give you a bunch of mana, more than you need. But in this deck, I think that we can always use the mana and go really, really big. So I just have 1 drop to support the carpets. Feel like that should be okay. But of course, if the carpet gets dazed and the tropical gets wasted, then there's no more carpets in our future. But I think we have to just be okay with that risk. I'm playing a couple of Unable to Scream in the sideboard for Barragoyfs mostly, and this deck is kind of soft to like matchups where you need instant speed removal because we only have the bolts and I guess a braid post board. But we hope to kind of flood the board and go wide and force and daze our way through 2 and 3 drops basically. So I think this looks pretty sweet. I think it's going to be fun. Let's see if it can win games as well. Round 1, and once again, I feel like I always win the die roll. I must be lucky. My opponent, it seems like they switch between Painter and Oops. I like my hand regardless. So let's see what these Stormchaser's talents can do. It's really a mediocre card on the surface, but better in multiples and with Boomerang. Yeah, let's see. I only played 1 league with not exactly this deck list, but close to it. Well, I didn't finish the league. There's one match I couldn't play, so I played 4 games, 4 matches. I went 3-1, but I felt like I would have won those games with Delvers as well, instead of the Stormchaser's package. So it didn't really tell me much. It did tell me that it was fun, triggering prowess. That's okay. So Painter, maybe? Painter, and they were on a mulligan, and so I'm on the lookout for Saga. So basically, I think I'm just gonna develop Stormchaser and Ponder. I can Ponder first, but I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. A Boomerang I can always save for next turn if I find that. Okay, Cutter, cantrips, that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Let's just put Cutter second. This is definitely gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna have some protection, no removal, but I feel like I can win in 2 turns, 2 attack steps. Goblin Engineer. Well, dazing. Dazing takes me off Cutter Brainstorm. I almost want to force. I feel like Daze is gonna be good anyways. I'm gonna force. And keep the Daze around. I know I'm hitting Cutter Brainstorm. Well, now I don't have the Brainstorm. Sorry, that was bad. And now I don't have the Brainstorm. Yeah, that was just bad. Then I'm just gonna do like this. I have a Brainstorm coming up, so next turn will be good. But yeah, I have to slightly change my habits. Wow, Siemens Spirit Guide and bolts. That's fine. I have to slightly change my my habits of well, maybe it's not habits, but yeah, I have to really. Okay, that one. I'm gonna Daze. Yeah, just try and think carefully about my sequencing, basically. All right. So let's see if we can find something with Brainstorm. To get Cutter going. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Don't hate the Bauble. Like, even like I can activate next turn to get a force or something. Wouldn't be too bad. So I think I'm just gonna plan on bubbling next turn. Yeah. I'm just gonna ponder now. Sorry. Okay. I'm playing bad. Let's try and wake up. Jesus. Jesus. Sometimes you really need to get get warmed up. This is pretty sweet. I'm gonna draw the Daze. I'm just thinking about what my next turn looks like. Am I boomeranging and getting? Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. if I have to Daze, which is likely, then the plan of activating Stormchaser's talent isn't active anyways. Okay, kind of stumbling across the finish line, I think, this game. But that's a way to warm up, right? That's a way to warm up. And they just conceded. Okay, after a thinking pause. So Painter with Soul Cauldron. Well, Soul Cauldron, it doesn't do anything against our deck, but they might have some sweet things to do. Don't have much. Consign is fine. And I have to think about getting my island. If they have Blood Moons or Magus of the Moon. Daze is an easy cut against a deck like that. That's for sure. I don't think I want anything else. Like Surgical is a possibility. Definitely a possibility. I think I can cut a Bauble for that. I think that's pretty fine. And then I'll leave it at that. Yeah, don't need Unable to Scream. Unless they have a cheeky Black Splash, which is definitely possible. Would be pretty cool, actually. Barragoyf out of Painter. Because they have the mana to support it. Well, the Ancient Tombs. Okay. Playable, fine hand. The mulligan once again. Let's see if I can play sweet. I play more or less correct magic. Like, there's no real correct, of course. Okay, aggressively playing a Fable. Wow. Okay. Aggressively playing a Fable. I feel like shooting that token, actually. Because I think the mana is very important to them. So Boomerang Basics will be working not as intended, but I mean that is I didn't talk about Boomerang Basics in the deck tech really, but it is pretty sweet in many games to have a bounce spell. It's not extremely strong, of course. Painter's Servant. Okay, so they can get a Grindstone with the Saga. I'm gonna waste it, of course. They're gonna get a Dangerous Friend here, which will be like not doing anything for a turn. So I should have the time to find a removal spell or two. Like this one is pretty scary. Okay, they bolt. They're hellbent. So we just need to clear the way. I think I'm just gonna ponder first. Okay, sweet. Okay, now. So the reflection is when they have nothing going on, it's not so scary. I think I should prioritize shooting the Painter because it's pretty likely that the reflection is just going to be a 2/2 attacking. So I'm gonna bolt. Is there any timing? I mean, I think I'm just gonna shoot it now so they can't like protect it with a blast or yeah, nothing, no funny business basically. Yeah, I don't think it's not that dangerous. I'm gonna just calmly play my cutter and ponder and start looking for removal and interaction, of course. But this should be smooth sailing. Okay, I mean, I don't really want to give them another Fable, but it might be okay. And the Wasteland might be pretty good. Let's just... I mean, it's a good mix of interaction and triggers. So even though the bounce is slow, I think I can win the game before they kind of get back into it with the Fable. And then they can't like draw Fury and like clear the way. So I think this is fine. Okay, they concede. Yeah. So they mulligan both games, but they also had some exiled spirit guides that kind of mulliganed them one more time. So I guess that's part of their deck. Live by the spirit guide, die by the spirit guide. And well, I hope I'm warmed up. I'm definitely ready for a second round. Second round, and my opponent usually play Eldrazi. They keep, and I'm gonna keep. I can beat the Chalice, right? I can play Magic. So I don't know this enough. Ah, okay. So it's a threaten effect, and otherwise it's just a 3/1 haste. I mean, it's not bad. Very aggressive using a pedal, but okay. Okay. That's a lot of baubles. I'm gonna definitely play the first one. Definitely saving 1 for Cutter. Question is if I'm saving 2 for Cutter later. I don't think so. I need to dig. Yeah, if this was a red land, I'd keep it. Let's see what they're drawing. Another temple. That's scary. Cutter. Don't want that. I think I'm in the market for drawing into a force for their turn. So I don't want to do it in that draw step. I want to own my 2 cards right away. A bit afraid of Thought Not Seer. It would have been a reason to keep the Cutter, but it's also like a Wasteland. Could really hurt me. So, I think this means they want to trade. Do I want to trade? I have 2 triggers coming up. Yeah, I don't want to trade. Wasteland, okay. Well, this turn I can just bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Delirium. This deck is really good at getting Delirium because of the enchantments on top. So I will keep this if they waste me again. Okay, Chalice on one. Awesome. That is fine. That is so totally fine. Yeah, I'm gonna get my Wasteland in play so I can waste them next turn. And I do want that. That kind of means that they need to put something good on the table now. Otherwise, I'll take 2 lands in one fell swoop. And my brainstorms, they can still make tokens. So that's not too shabby, even though they get countered. So let's see, they can play pretty much anything. Something that bounces. Yeah. All right, all right. Exiles, yeah, forgot about that. Bounces and exiles. All right. I'm gonna double waste and attack with a token, I guess. I mean, I'm at 13. Maybe I should play a bit slowly and just say go this turn. And then if they attack, we can brainstorm. We get a trigger and so on. So I don't mind taking 2. Yeah. Okay. I don't mind at all. Feel like it's gonna be close, this race, but do I want to trade now? I think I'm just gonna attack with the Chandler and say go. So we can trade off if they attack. And then we're the ones with a board presence, which will probably soon be a 3/3. Need a sorcery, enchantment, or creature. Well, I don't have a surveil land in this list. How do I play this? Think I'm gonna just attack with the prowess token. Having 2 creatures, I don't want to just sit back. I feel like with the chalice, it's also kind of an advantage for them. It does shut off most of my deck. Now I hope I can brainstorm and get Delirium. Force and get Delirium. They're gonna steal this. Pretty good, pretty good. Nothing I can do. I can Daze. I can Daze and I can force. I'm gonna force pitch a Brainstorm. I mean, Dazing would just keep them off of. Let's see. Let's see if they pay. And if they pay, I can Daze. Ah, there's no response there. Okay, well, I can still Daze. There's no, for the Delirium trigger, no response. Fine, fine, fine. I never played against this card. So they shoot for 1, that's fine. But I don't get my trigger, that's a bit sad. So now it's getting a bit scary, but still I can, as long as they don't get a Cavern of Souls, I can kind of control what gets in play. Okay, that's sweet. Now, same as before, I'll attack like this. And 13, that's not a Cavern of Souls. Okay, nice. Let's block. And I do not want that. I do want a land, however. What a game. Boomerang Basics. Like, I don't know. I think I'm holding on to it as a force pitch. Might. Okay, I can't let that happen. Can we please get a land or surveil? Okay, nice. Because that means that I can play the cutter and that will maybe give me a surveil. Well, it will give me a surveil, but maybe get me delirium. Where's my volcanic old duck? I don't know. Alright, cutter. Can we get delirium, please? Yep. We can. So now, still need to, like, they don't have a cavern and I can force anything scary, but if they have 2 scary things in a row, then that's definitely an issue. Basically everything is scary. What do we want to draw here? Not a Daze. Murktide would have been nice to have in the list. Can always equip. And then like anything, any spell next turn is lethal. So that's pretty good. I can Daze to get a look. Yeah, I can't beat that though. Let's Daze just for good measure. All right, they got me. Long game. Long game indeed. So, Chalice is one of the weaknesses of this list, for sure. Eldrazi is a reason for choosing a Braid instead of Meltdown in the sideboard. It kind of hurts, but we need Force of Negation for those Chalices. I don't think Unable to Scream is very good. Daze is, I think, on the play it should be okay. Maybe I should cut down on some of the 1-drops. Like these otters on the ground don't seem that good. I think like this is good enough. It's a lot of counter spells, yeah. And then just be a cutter Chandler deck with a lot of interaction. Like these days is definitely debatable. Definitely debatable. They do have answers for the cutter and the battle mage. Yeah, it's tough. I think I'm gonna try this and then I'm gonna switch it up. If we get us game 3 on the draw, then I'm gonna board out the Dazes and get some of this back in. The bolts seem good against their aggressive creatures. Okay, it's a mulligan. It's a keep. I'm gonna get an island. Get rid of that one. Island. I could wait. I think I'm gonna wait actually. Argument against is finding. Yeah, I'm gonna hold consign up, and then end of turn. I think I'm gonna brainstorm if they don't do anything. Yeah, this is the payoff. Now let's ponder for a red land. Okay, not bad, not bad. Could Wasteland instead. This one is not that interesting. I think we're just gonna Wasteland. And then I can play Chandler and Bauble away the Force of Negation. So that's all fine and dandy. Force of Negation is really the worst card in the deck at this point. Almost. Like, Chalice is less of an issue now, plus we can potentially Daze it. Wow, okay, Dismember is pretty sweet that I can Daze here. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think it's gonna be good. They have a land coming up. And do I have a land drop? No. At 14 already with Dismember hurting bad. Ancient Tomb. Haven't attacked yet. It is pretty good. So they're gonna do nothing here. And no. Another Dismember. Do I have Force in my deck? Plus I get a Surveil trigger. So I'm gonna Brainstorm. Cutter is pretty good for when this goes south. Yeah, I can play the Play the Stormchaser this turn. It's not very good, but yeah, this is like I haven't played a lot of Cutter, some, but not. I've never played an all-in prowess deck like this, and like at this point with these cards, it's kind of everything is a bit mediocre, I think. That's a sweet Daze target. Everything is a bit mediocre in the sense that this is just gonna hit for 1 or 2. Well, 2 this turn because of the Cutter, but don't have a Bauble for Cutter, so so that's also just another mediocre card. If this any of these were a Murktide, I'd be much happier. And I should have thought about how I put the Cutter. Like I was fortunate to have the Daze there, but there's a world where they have some kind of like play pedal and they can actually remove it with the thought nuts here. So that shouldn't happen when I have control of where the Cutter is. Okay, that's an aggressive card. Yeah, that's a lot of beats. I think if they can kill me in 2 turns, which I think they can if they have a Reality Smasher on top, for sure. Maybe even much less, actually. Just another one of these. So I need to be a bit wary. Like maybe play defense with the. Question is if I feel like I should ponder and set up like both. I can find removal. Oh, that's so bad. All of this is horrendous. Yeah, I'm gonna shuffle. It's too slow, and it's never gonna trigger the Cutter. Like bolts, but also like to be able to get going here. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. Just a land drop. Yeah. So if I put them to 5 and I keep back, then, well, they can make the Trembler big, but then I can still block here, meaning that I'm maybe not dead, and then what happens next turn? That's the thing, because then I just have a small, like maybe a 2/2 attacking. I actually think I should hope they don't have. Yeah. I think I'm losing to this just on the face of it. If I trade off. So, what do you got? I have nothing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the Smasher did me in both games. Regardless if I block here, I am more toast than some bread that you toasted for a while. Let's see if we can do better in the next round. Third round, and nice die roll once again. My opponent played the last result was with Dimir Reanimator. This is not a keep regardless, but that might inform a bit what I keep. I think I'm just gonna bin a land here. And question is if I want an island. Think I do. Pretty easy to lose to a Wasteland. Okay, so what do I want to pitch? Mostly to my force. The Stormchaser's talent, I think, which is kind of sad. But just because Ponder looks for stuff and is better at triggering Cutter in that sense. So this is definitely pretty weak hand. I assume they don't play Daze if they're on Reanimator, because they can't fit everything in that deck. I'm just gonna pave the way with this unimpressive Cutter. Unimpressive because I don't have a Bauble. Yeah, I think it. Okay, force of negation. I mean, I think I'm gonna let that slide and save my force for their business. I have this. I can start going somewhere between this and Ponder. Stormchaser's talent and Ponder. But if I have to pitch, I'm still pitching Stormchaser's talent. But yeah, what I was trying to get at is I'm not convinced that playing these kind of synergistic strategies is worth it. Because when you have to force, they shuffle by the way, when you have to force a lot and you find yourself with low resources, which is really the case for most games of Legacy, then you can't always get there. So I would be happy to find a Wasteland. And I think I just need to, yeah, okay, this is perfect. Like my clock is really bad, but still, if they are on a reanimate plan, I feel like that's worth a Daze actually. Should have dazed with the Volcanic, by the way, if they have a Wasteland. That was poor. What do you know? Punished for bad play. Now we'll waste them. And hopefully draw a red source before I need to use this bolt. If this was a Delver instead, we'd be winning. And as it stands, we just have a 1/1. Like drawing Boomerang Basics would be very good, of course. Not very good, it would be okay. It would mean that we draw a card and next turn we can get another friend. It's not exactly impressive. Okay, so now we have the red source. Don't have the Surveil land. Guess they're gonna discard a a monster to hand size in a turn cycle. Okay, that's nice. That's a real clock. Actually, it doesn't have delirium yet, but still. So I kind of like I'm hoping to beat reanimate here. I'm gonna bold upkeep so I can hopefully get delirium. I need creature, artifact, or enchantment. Just a Murktide. Okay. Still think that they must be, since they have Force of Negation, I'm still thinking they are playing Reanimator. That one will work. Okay. Do I play this Wasteland? Yeah, because then I can Stormchaser if I draw another land. Get back a Daze. Something like that. So now I'll be boarding in the carpets for the first time. The Pyroblasts. Maybe they'll board out some of their unfair stuff and be on Bargoyfs for sure. So unable to scream. I think I can board out Daze. And Bolt is probably pretty bad. Maybe board out 2. I can board out a Wasteland. Don't mind this. So against their unfair stuff, it's basically attacking, which is a fine plan. Attacking and Force of Will. I think that's fine for the time being. Like Cabot can, let's see what it can do, but if they're slow, I think Cabot will beat them with Stormchaser's abilities. Getting back forces and going big in the last chapter. It's a class, it's not a saga in the last level. Okay. Three carpets is a lot, but that's also just because I wanna see how it feels when you have it like regularly. I want to find that second land. I also want to play that though, so that's also a way to find a land. Maybe they're on Bowmasters. In that case, I don't. In that case, I'm gonna be in trouble. They have it right away. Tamiyo. Okay. So I think I'm gonna prioritize if they just play Tamiyo Go, for instance, then I'm just gonna Cutter Bauble. Try to be aggressive. Okay. They know I don't have Daze. That's a bit lazy of me to have 6 there. They don't play the Tamiyo, so they want to play Tainted Indulgence, I think. Or Bowmaster. But if they had Bowmaster, I don't think they would have played like that. I think I'm just gonna play a bit slow. think they have Tainted Indulgence here. And I'm not, okay, just a brainstorm. I'm not getting my tropical before I have the carpet. But once I do, then I have the Stormchaser's talent to begin doing its magic. Well, I hope so. It's only an idea. I haven't seen it in action yet. Maybe it's just too slow and kind of wishful thinking. So what is this? Maybe a Murktide? Nothing. Okay. Just gonna take the turn. Sweet. That was definitely my hope. Actually, I'm really tempted to get my carpet now, or my tropical. I have a lot of mana, and I feel like it's the time, and so be it if they waste here. Okay, I'm gonna brainstorm in response, I guess. So my token doesn't die. And so my brainstorm is fired off. Okay, they Daze my Cori-Steel Cutter. It's okay. That's a lot of brainstorms. I don't want to play these baubles. Kind of want to divide them. Guess I am hiding the good stuff from discard in that order. Because I plan to make this a toy next turn so I can brainstorm. Let's see, I think I can play one. So they're slightly more incentivized to jump. And so that it hurts if they don't. Alright. So we still haven't seen anything which is Reanimator. Maybe they play True Dimir Tempo and Kaito might be coming up. I don't think they would have jumped in that way. Like jumped. I think they would have taken the damage, and that's okay. Well, that's a problem. Bowmasters. This deck is slightly soft to Bowmasters and Chalice, and a little bit to Murktide pre-board. Sorry. Well, it's just so they can't discard it. Let's use this now. Trying a Pyroblast. And I think... Is somebody gonna play the Temio? Do they have a Brainstorm to protect it? I mean, I'm so far behind. I can't just let them attack either. I think they do have the Brainstorm, but it's not completely... Maybe they just saw more gain in playing the Bowmasters, which I can understand. But I'm gonna Pyroblast now, because I don't think I'm winning if I give them the time to attack. Okay. Yeah. This is very much nearing the end, I feel like. But still, I guess if I just get a removal spell, I'm gonna fire off my Baubles in their turn, so I draw cards in my turn. And then I really need a removal and carpet. So I can do things that are slightly broken. I mean, it's only boosts of 2 mana, so 3 mana. But it can get there, I think so. Let's see if they have more issues I need to worry about. Indeed. Indeed. They show a Daze. And they have Ponder. It's going to be very tough winning this one. Okay. I had enough. So, I didn't see any. Now I definitely want these bolts. And I don't want these forces. Daze could be okay. Couple of days, so now I have removal. Yeah. Don't hate Daze. Actually, don't hate going like this. And yeah, 3 days. That's fine. If it's just Dimir Tempo and we're on the play, I feel like we can get there for sure. But it is it is tough if they have some reanimation up their sleeve. Just gonna get an island. Same. Just where there were some habits from playing Dimir in my fetch thinking. Daze, I don't want that. Not a second one. That's good. Temio. Guess I'm dazing that one. And just playing my Chandler. Maybe I'm playing Boomerang Basics actually. Yeah. Chandler Boomerang. Okay. Or maybe I'm just gonna try to be aggressive. That's what I'm gonna do. Try to go over the top of Tamiyo. I like that. Although, yeah, I like that. I have Daze for Bowmaster. But, like if they spend their turn drawing a card, I think I'm doing fine. If that means that Cutter is coming through. Cutter, Boomerang, maybe. This is kind of a kind of game where I'm trying to goldfish, and I'm not sure if that's good enough with my synergies, but we'll find out, I guess. Small sample size, but like I really need the Cutter to resolve, so sweet. Then I'm gonna Boomerang, I think. With the red Saurus. Once they play Murktide, I have to take some casualties of war when I attack. And if they if they flip Tamiyo, that's gonna be pretty good. But as it stands, I don't hate my position. Okay, that resolved. I have plenty of things to do next turn. And if I Daze, that's no worries. Yeah, they certainly can't spend their time doing this. If they have a Hydroblast, then they're doing good. But yeah. Then my Otters might be too weak. Wasteland, Hydroblast. Okay. Let's see if what the Otters can do. Am I hiding one? I guess so. I guess so. Hiding one Volcanic. Do they have a Daze? No. Okay. Some things to go our way. I mean, I'm gonna beat them pretty well here. And I think I'm gonna brainstorm as well. Let's see. I'm gonna start by brainstorming. If I can shoot this Tamiyo as well, I'd be happy. Double Daze is not atrocious. I can hide this one and a and a Bauble, sure. Maybe I want to do it the other way around then. Yeah, if they play a Barragoyf, I'd be happy to have Unable to Scream on top. And if they don't play anything, then I'm happy, I guess. They might jump. Yeah, yeah, I don't hate this othering because I have these Dazes to back them up. Yeah, they do jump, so not bad, not bad. They can't waste me. Basically, just theoretically, I can win. Okay, they can play around 2 Dazes easily, but the unable to scream is probably gonna be good. Yeah. They're gonna double waste me. I mean, this is fine, right? This is fine. Oh yeah, it's actually because it's a Murktide, it keeps the counters, so it's still gonna be pretty good. So it's only like it boosts the damage, hits them for 6. Well, what if I Daze? Then they're dead. So I guess I'm gonna do that. And always yield. Always yield. Yield. The writing is on the wall. Yeah, sweet. Okay, the others actually got there after they got rid of the Cori-Steel Cutter. Okay. It's noted. Let's take one more round. So this is actually this is the 5th round, but it's the 4th round that I'm showing you because I had to quit in the middle of the 4th round. I'll add it as like bonus footage, but there's not a conclusion to that round, unfortunately. But anyways, this is the 4th for you. And my opponent usually plays modern, it looks like. This is a sweet hand. I'm gonna lead on island, so my cutter Bauble is more assured. I'm playing Stormchaser's talent, of course. I am just gonna be aggressive. Kind of the perfect start. Giving me 2 triggers next turn between Cutter and Bauble. Attacking for 5. But let's see. It's not a goldfish. Yep, predictable that they took the Cutter. Maybe I'm holding on to the Bauble if I see another Cutter. Daze. Don't hate it, Daze, but it's... I think the Daze is better than a random card. But then I'm fetching. I'm bobbling now. Maybe I'll get to a big Stormchaser. Okay, so they play Dimir. And I'm just gonna fetch now. I don't care if they waste. Well, I don't care a lot. Yeah, still hoping to get this online somehow. Hasn't really been, it's been close, but it hasn't been there. Okay, so I count that as a small win, trading my token for a push. And now I'll be dazing. I think they probably didn't want to order their spells like that. I assumed that Tamio is more important than their push, but maybe not. I'm certainly a bit surprised. Are they gonna Daze upon her? I would be sad, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna play my Volcanic. I know that they know about the island, but if I can find something sweet, this is definitely sweet. I'll just put Daze on top. And maybe I can cut a bolt next turn. Have my land set up. They pass their turn. So Bowmaster? No? Okay. Things are happening. Is it a Baraghoif? Him to Turek. Okay. Such is life. Such is life. And I'm afraid of Daze, but I'm also afraid of more discards. So I'm gonna play the cutter. I have a force on top, which is not gonna help me. Play the cutter around. Well, I guess I can force it through. But yeah, I don't like when they have discard just sitting there. It is close. It is close. So medium-sized Dimir, I guess. Fetching, is that Murktide? Murktide and him, they go together. Yep. And my puny cards will lose to the Murktide, the king of legacy. So we need to get a move on. That's not how it's done. Like, I can bolt Daze and pay. So I attack for 5. I think I'm gonna do that. Then if they have nothing, I can maybe get there next turn. Yeah. They have something. Okay. Yep. I need removal, to be honest. I need a Brazen. Not Brazen, I don't play Brazen. I need a Boomerang. But yeah, Boomerang into more stuff. Yeah, okay, well. Let's take a hit. Alright. Am I dead? I'm not dead. To the Bowmaster. Thing is, I have to. Yeah. So they can just replay it. Is the problem? They can just replay it, and so if they replay a 3/3, then I'm still dead on board. Can I then? Yeah, I think I have to say go and fetch to get a new look. Preordain hits me to 2 if I draw it. It's not gonna be very good. I think it's actually worth it just saying go and then preordaining to find some business. Yeah. Has to be really good business. Okay. Yeah. Even just the 2/1. Wow, double Snapcaster. So now I'm just dead. But holy smokes. Didn't expect Snapcaster Mage. Alright, so Dimir. Pretty big. Dimir. Snapcaster, that's definitely a Kaito sign. It's pretty cool together. So let's see if we can go big. This secret plan of mine. And I guess they have Baraglyphs. Why wouldn't they? And Wasteland, Daze, and another Wasteland, I think. Having some Dazes for their hymns seems okay, but I can't count on destroying their lands. And Carpet hopefully will give me all the mana I need. Alright, well, that's a keep. Like Chandler, let's brainstorm, look at 4 cards to find that second land. And they mulligan. Typically don't want to wasteland someone who's got a threat. They mulligan to 5, okay. My lucky day. With these Boomerang Basics. Well, I need... Uh-oh. Gonna cheese one out on me here. Yep, I can't blame them. Definitely can't blame them. Okay, yeah, it happens. I still think it's a keep, but it happens that those are turned into losses, even when the opponent has a mulligan to 5. So now they can draw cards and basically, okay, I don't like that. I think they should just draw cards, use their double mana. My channeler isn't important, I think. They just need to grind back their cards while it's relatively free. Okay. When am I conceding? 1 turn from now, I think. But I really should concede now. I'll just take 1 draw step. And unless I play a threat. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. Yeah, Bowmasters to rub it in. Got me. Alright. Well, see you for the closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. Yeah, so that was a pretty uneven league. Even like for the time being, I've shown you 4 rounds, and then I'll splash in what was recorded of the 5th round after the closing thoughts. But there was some good moments, but there was a lot of medium moments as well. Maybe my enthusiasm rubbed off on the cards, my lack of enthusiasm. But yeah, I think this is just, I'm not impressed. I think it's totally fine to dig deeper, and maybe I will as well someday in this synergy. But just after playing a couple of leagues, I'm not super enthusiastic about it, I must say. Cutter is cool. That's just powerful for sure. And that's the thing, you don't need to double up on the prowess theme, I think. Having Murktides would just be better. And Delvers or Tamios. So yeah, I mean, it was fun, and I hope someone else continues to work on it. I would have loved to see Carpet of Flowers make this Stormchaser's talent pop off, but maybe that's just not realistic anyways, and it is a lot of slots for that piece of magical Christmas land. But anyways, it was a fun attempt, and have a great new year. It's almost 2026, and I am looking forward to a sweet year of Legacy, and in paper and on Magic Online. So see you next week and next year. 4th round, and I am keeping this. My opponent revealed Yorion. So control didn't access. Awesome cheeky oops. Wasteland Vial. Classic. Okay, that means I have all business. So that's definitely scary. And me, how do I want to play this? It's not very nice wasting when thing is, I don't really, I want to play Cutter next turn, so, but I don't want to get wasted. So I think I'm just saying go and maybe brainstorming end of turn, maybe. Maybe I'll bounce the vial in 2 turns from now. That might happen. Okay, so now I'm not brainstorming. Guess I can play Wasteland. So I can, in theory, double waste. Yeah, I think I prefer to have my islands up. So if they have an answer to Cutter, I think their deck is gonna easily cruise to a win. But if they don't, we might be able to just win single-handedly with this army in a can. But they do have like yeah, plenty of stuff that go over the top. I think I'm gonna wait. I feel like they have Bowmaster, but I guess I think they have Bowmaster, but when are they gonna play it? I'm gonna bounce the vial if they don't do anything. Okay. They like their card. I think they should waste me, but maybe they don't feel the same way. Definitely have a lot of options with this mix of. Well, I don't know if their hand, of course, but they can play anything in their deck more or less, and they have the vial, so I feel like the Wasteland is free almost. Yeah. All right. So that's ticking. You could have Philia coming here. What do they take? Witch Enchanter is pretty strong. No, they take Stoneforge, which is also very strong. I'm just assuming they have that kind of stuff already. Yeah, the question is, I think I just need to dig deeper. I can still, yeah. This is too much if they have Bowmaster at any point. Because I don't have the second land, I can Boomerang and Brainstorm. So I think I'll just try and content myself to bouncing and wasting and yeah, I don't know. It's tough. If they play the Bowmaster now, they can't shoot here. They're incentivized to do it on my turn, and then I can brainstorm in response. So, you know, this could develop into something more or less positive for me, although it's not very likely. Yeah, that's what they're thinking about, I think. If they want to get this token, they have another vial. Okay. Are they activating vial? Or not? I mean, they're really cheeky. No, cheeky is not the word. They're really cold-blooded if they have the Bowmaster and they wait, thinking that I'm gonna cantrip. But since I already have a cantrip here, I imagine it's tempting. But of course, this is gonna be a 3/3, so yeah, I think they maybe should have just done it in their turn and like accept that this one is not gonna die to the Bowmaster. Maybe they're thinking that Stoneforge is just better. Okay, well, they waited and waited and waited, and what am I doing? I mean, I don't hate bouncing and wasting and bobbling. They might not have more lands. They're drawing a vial. I haven't seen the Wasteland yet. Yep. So I kind of hope they go for Cauldra. Okay, pre-war formal wear. That's fine. That is also Witch Enchanter, however. Take that black mana. And now, what's the timing? I think the timing is just now, so that I don't get bowmastered. Yeah. So, yeah, pre-war formal wear on Witch Enchanter is probably good enough, because they also have this ticking down. But if it's not this turn, if it's like postponed, if all they do is play like a vial now, then I think I win. Sweet game. Very, very close. And are they thinking about a jump? Because they don't have mana? They don't know what they're drawing. I don't think they're gonna jump. They can jump later, but yeah, it would be crazy to do it now. Okay, they didn't block. We got a Bauble, that's pretty sweet. Then I can Preordain Bauble Wasteland next turn. They do have the mana. Okay. They do have the mana. I mean, we still have these prowess friends, right? It's gonna be tough. And I'm gonna Wasteland. Yeah. I think we have a game. They go for Stoneforge. They can't take the pre-war, the Witch Enchanter. It's too much. Yeah, mana value 3 or less. Okay. Okay. So that is nice. It means that they have some slow stuff going on. They picked up a Meteor Sword. That is also gonna be good. So now I think I want to just want to brainstorm, because I really want to hit another bubble. Yeah, I also see the same number of cards. That is really all I want. Just another bubble. It's not the end of the world if they can block this, but yeah, bubble would be amazing. That is not it. Slow stuff. Daze is okay. Scrubland. Okay, they they do have the mana. They do have the mana. Yeah, and I don't have much. I guess I could have dazed the Bauble. Guess I could have dazed the Bauble. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah. Maybe I should have done that. So many wastelands. So now they can get rid of the cutter, but that would mean that they have to tap the Stoneforge. They don't want to give me the turn. So in that case, they just have one blocker. Okay. They play a Vial. Sure. Means they have a plow and they want to block. Okay. Huh. I want to brainstorm. What if I daze the brainstorm and I wasteland? The thing is, I want to daze their plow here. Yeah, let's find a Bauble. Okay. The red land is good. I feel like the cutter is... So what if I... Since I have 2 days now, I can play Chandler, daze it. Maybe I should just not be so afraid and waste now. I think I should just do it simple, like play it really simple and get rid of like cutter and wasteland. And then waste them. And maybe not attack. It's tough. It's tough. I'm being put to the test here. Okay, that's awesome. That's what I really hoped for. But you can't always get what you hope for. So I didn't exactly plan for it. And I made my land drop. Yeah. Well, let's push some damage. Push some damage, at least 2. Yeah. I think you could have played this game better than what I did, but I also think it's pretty difficult. Okay, so now they don't have the white land, and we are definitely happy about that. That's an argument for keeping the wasteland, but I felt like this one, I felt like that was not what was up, but I thought actually it was gone, but it's not. So I'm just pretty happy about that. They have a vial ticking up, so I can't just be too slow. I think I'm just like I have lethal if they don't have a blocker, so I'm just gonna block or like attack. Yeah. I think it's fine. They need a solitude now. Okay, looks like we got there. Sweet. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's a deep game. I'm sure I could have played better, but yeah, I mean, it can cross the finish line. This stuff, this prowess stuff. Don't have much. I have these braids, and Unable to Scream is like not very good, I think, against that deck. It's not very good. I think it's better to just hope they don't always have Vile and play some Dazes. Yeah. Something like that. Not facing a lot of blue this league. So my shiny carpets are not being put on display. I mean, that's a hand that plays Magic, the Gathering. Feels so medium, but okay. Alrighty, here it is. Looking for an braid with my. Well, how do we want to play this? Do we want them to waste me because I have so many lands? No, not really. But it's gonna happen sooner or later. But yeah, let's just get Island and Otter going. Good old Pithing Needle would be nice against the Vile. Yeah, it feels when these things are not getting activated, I don't know. Maybe I need to play more with the prowess or with this card, the Boomerang combo, to appreciate it. But it just feels like subpar cards, I have to say. And I do force a dangerous 2-drop. Because, yeah. Lion's Ash. It's not very dangerous though. Okay. Well, let's start with that one. Get our otters going. And then I'm looking for just like spinning wheels more and more and more. And finding a braid. Especially a braid. Daze. Huh. That's neither of what I was talking about. That is fine. I'm so weak to Bowmaster. They don't have a lot of cards, but let's see. I think I have to ponder first so I can brainstorm in response to Bowmaster. That is getting forced with my brainstorm. I they don't play it. I mean, they don't Violet in. I can't go no lands here. But if they have, I mean, they must have a 2-drop since they didn't use it. So I'm assuming they have Bowmaster. I don't know. Okay, so same deal. We ponder, and then we can brainstorm in response to an activation. I guess a ponder shuffle is not bad. Yep, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Well, we get there with these puny tokens. They'll just get a Stoneforge, and that will be enough. Well, if they have it, that will be enough. Philia is also lights out. Pre-war formalware. Okay, so they can get my land. Definitely gonna place if they don't have the Bowmaster now. And they can't get it out when they go to 3. So, I mean, they still have to address this stuff. And attacking my lands is not enough, I think. They wanna block and activate. Well, let's get Chandler in. I mean, I'm losing a land. Kinda. I don't have a lot. I think I have to keep it. Okay, so like my Chandlers are not awesome with this sash hanging around. Yeah, so I should just do it like this. I don't think I put it correctly for the surveil trigger. I'm planning to shuffle, but yeah, didn't take that into account. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty decent. Let's draw the Bauble. Mill the DRC because I don't have faith in that one. In that one doing anything. Yeah, let's see. Maybe 2 bolts will be able to get there if they don't double jump, like the first bolt is coming up. If they don't have life gain, If they have a Battle Skull or something, then we're in trouble, of course. They have a Recruiter, so they can do plenty of things this turn. And they can double jump if they want to. Yeah. It's dead. No, I have a bolt on top that I want to draw. Oh, this is four flying first strike. Not bad. Not bad. I kind of walked into that, right? To say the least. Yeah. I am pretty toast. Yeah, I don't see how I'm winning this. Just gonna let them potentially forget about the Chandler, forget about the Sash, given that opportunity. Don't think it's gonna happen though. I think they're not gonna let me attack and then eat the graveyard, so my Chandler dies to Stoneforge. Can bolt the Sash. One, two, three creatures. Bolting the Sash is not gonna work. So what? I need to get lucky, and they have to activate once, then I bolt, then they activate more times, and then I can flip another card type. Something like that. Well, I actually have plenty of card types here. Let's attack. Oh yeah, this is flying. Flying first strike. Yeah, there's no way. This is too much. This is too much. I'm gonna concede. I can bolt, Daze, bolt. But then they have this one to completely control the Chandler, and I am left with nothing. Maybe I should have done it, but at least two, because it would have been a moment of fun. But I also have the time to consider. I don't see myself winning this one. I'd like to go to sideboarding though. On the play, can see boarding in Daze and keeping it like this. Yeah, once you have two others, it's pretty fine. So I guess that's the argument for playing like the Boomerang. I thought about playing 4 Boomerang, but couldn't stomach it in the end. couldn't stomach the idea of drawing that many weird cards.